What about your group has struck you this year? There's more production out of the tight ends than ever before, I think, the time you've been here. What's struck you about these guys?
Well, I mean, I think in years past we've had some very good tight ends, and you say production. Well, production is probably, in my eyes, more than just catching a pass. You know, you have to block on the front side, block on the back side. And I just think you can say, you know, the tight end group. I think just probably look at the whole offense / the whole team. It's been production, kind of very consistent basis since, you know, way back in spring. And it's just now showing in games because they've been consistent for months.
You've been around Kenny a long time. Could you have envisioned what he's doing right now?
Oh yeah, there's no question. I knew that when I had a chance to watch him play when he was about this tall back in New Jersey. He was a little kid. And then he just pretty much, in a matter of months, grew from 6 foot to 6'2", like in months. And Kenny's got, he sees things in slow motion, got great poise, you know. Every play, every day, every second's important to him. He's got flow of game. I've seen him playing baseball games where he just with no effort stealing bases and throwing guys out from, you know, deep left field and smacking the ball for doubles right in the middle. So, you know, Kenny plays. He likes to play, likes to compete. That's who he is. He just plays.
You said you saw him as a little kid. How
well, I mean, probably when he was you know, at the end of his sophomore year of high school, end of his junior year, just before he went. And then he played really well. He went to like a national all-star game in Dallas over Christmas one year, like what had been end of his junior year. And he really played well then. But he just has so many mannerisms to play the position, so many mannerisms to play a sport that yeah, I've liked him from Griffin's chance to get to kind of watch and see, and then you start asking people about him. That's just who he is.
How much has Bartholomew surprised you this year, if at all?
Well, I think he surprised a lot of people because they don't believe he's a freshman. Because, you know, if he walks in the door, he doesn't look like a freshman. I mean, he is a strong guy. I mean, you know, he's benching, you know, well into, you know, 400 pounds. I mean, he's thick. He strikes you. He hits, and he's kind of playing two positions, both, you know, tight end and fullback. And he likes to play. He's like Kenny. You know, it doesn't matter if you're playing Michigan or St. Mary's Girls College. You know, at 12 midnight, 12 noon, they're coming to play. And you like guys like that.
Getting back to Kenny for a second. You know, this will be the last time he plays Miami. Obviously, the 2017 game was kind of a breakout moment for him. What do you remember about that day and what Kenny did?
Well, yeah, no question. It's his first start.
Yep.
And, you know, here's a kid that's just a young puppy freshman that is playing, at that time with number 2 ranked team,
yeah.
And they're undefeated. I mean, and you almost want to say Kenny single-handedly beat him by himself. I mean, almost to a degree. And to do that in that environment against a team like that, you know, hats off to Kenny. So, you know, that was no question. That was kind of the stage setter for, you know, our Pitt fans, our Pitt alums, and okay, Kenny Pickett's the man. And he just has, you know, grown since then.
Tim, obviously there's arm, legs, things that go into being a great quarterback. Where's competitiveness? What's the importance of having that at that position?
Well, he doesn't, you know, of course I'm not his position coach, but I get a chance to talk to him every day, and it's like I told him this week. I said, you know, Kenny, we're playing at noon, not 3:30. You know, that's kind of when you have a great quarterback. That's what you tell him. You know, and but he pretty much plays each play as a play, and you know he wants the ball in his hands. I mean, if he could, he'd probably call a quarterback run every time, be selfish, try and run people over, which you really don't want him to do that, but he would. And when the game's on the line, you know, he wants the ball in his hands, and he loves those moments. But I think Kenny sees things slow motion. I think the game is played very slow to him. Everything is speeding up and clock ticking and crowd. I think Kenny's just like, okay, good. I see that guy over there. They're doing this. I throw it here. That's what he does.
What goes into that? Because Randy told us is like one of the things that most impresses him about Kenny is his decision.
And who's this?
Randy Bates. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But he was talking about his decision making, and that is a big part of his game. Is like early in the Clemson game, he didn't make a big mistake while Clemson's defense was making plays. And then that, you know, he was able to find the holes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and you know, Kenny knows these games last 60 minutes. So, you know, one play does not define the game early. You make a mistake, you just live and build off that. But, you know, Kenny is studies film. He takes notes. He pays attention. He listens to everything. He's done that since he's been here. So he just has, you know, how much knowledge from different coaches and different situations and watching video of whomever just is kind of absorbed into his brain that he can process things. And you know, he can think on his feet and think slow motion. Stuff happens slow, so he can process and think good things happen. I'm glad Kenny's on our team.
You guys finished last week's game without Jordan and Izzy on the field. if they aren't able to go this week, how much more prepared is this team with just more weapons than in past years?
Well, there's no question we have a number of people, a number of positions just because of quote depth that you put in that little number 9, that guy the size of a damn Mount Dew can, let him run the ball through. I mean, he's not very big, but watch him play. I mean, he's gotten a chance to play. When he goes into play, he plays such as every rep for him is just one more chance getting better. And he likes to compete too, Rodney.
Mountain Dew can, huh?
That's about it. You've seen him about that big.
Well, then what's Kroll by comparison then?
What?
The 2 liter, is he a 2 liter bottle?
Oh
or
yeah,
what?
he's the big bottle. He's the big 40 ounce, the big 2 liter bottle. Yeah. But,
What has he brought to your group?
you know, Lucas has had a chance to, you know, since maybe he hadn't played in games. Lucas understands, you know, getting ready for games and getting kids ready and getting from, you know, Monday through Friday to then play on Saturday. So he's leadership. You know, I think probably on Saturday he was very good on the sideline with leadership, which, you know, that is part of the game. And, you know, some kids can listen and rally around him for what he's trying to say at the time, and that's been good for him to, you know, it's just not about catching X number of passes, but it's just what you do between the snap and the whistles, you know, on the sidelines in the locker room.
And what's the challenge of the speed that you'll face this Saturday with Miami?
Well, yeah, they're a fast team. I mean, there's no question. I mean, they you can just go back to how many decades ago and say that's what Miami's been, has been speed. We've also played some pretty fast teams already this year, and you know, Miami sure will be one of them. And we got some fast guys too, so it's not like we're out there with a bunch of, you know, nothing's pulling wagons behind us. I mean, so it'll be good. I mean, it's playing at home, which, you know, playing at home is nice. We've been playing on the road well, but I think our kids just know that we work through the week, game shows up, we play. And it's been very solid by our entire football team, from our head coach right on down. So it's been kind of a fun week because every week's a new week. Just like this week, new week.
When Lucas fumbled against Clemson, how did you see him respond? And I know he had a bigger catch, you know, later in the game as well. How did you see him respond on the bench as an older guy, kind of put that behind him?
Well, I mean, yeah, it didn't like let him down in the tank and the tubes, and it didn't affect him. You know, again, it's like when it's one play. Okay, it's one play. You got to get rid of it and get your mind focused on the task at hand because we were playing really good defense. If you start thinking about something behind me, then you're going to lose focus on everything in front of you. And you know, I think Lucas was able to recover and do that because again, he's a senior and he's played. I mean, he kind of knows. You know, maybe a young kid doesn't do that, but Lucas is older and experienced and can fight through that.
You're infamous for getting right back to work on a Sunday morning. How much did you get a chance to enjoy the victory Saturday night?
None.
None?
Because I was right back here on Saturday night.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
What were you doing on Saturday night?
I was come back and grading the game and erase my boards, get my notes ready for Miami. I usually do that home games. On the road it's hard, but when the games are over, I usually come right back here, grade the tape, watch tape, do the stuff, and then I'm done and go home.
No rest.
There's no rest. I mean, it's just because these games happen so fast. I mean, there's no time to sit and reflect. And yeah, it happens so quick, but you get the next day and all of a sudden it's a blur right in front of your face.
What's your caffeine of choice on Saturday nights then, after those games? Or do you not need any caffeine?
No, I drink Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, okay.